Hey, you. Yeah, you. I'm talking to you. I just wanted to tell you something. You're beautiful. Did you know that? You're beautiful. Look in the mirror. Look at yourself. Yeah, sound like the Old Spice commercial. But look at everything that is wonderful about you. Not just on the outside, but the inside. And be as fly as you want to be. Even if that means coming off being cocky, so what? Be as fly as you want to be. So, I mean, this video basically is about self-esteem. Yay! But anyway, I just wanted to one of our first videos for Kinky Diaries to be about self-esteem, especially around hair. So I guess I'll tell my story, and hopefully it'll be kind of moving for some folks, or feel like you can relate, whatever it is. But let me start with my story before I continue to ramble on, because I have a tendency to do that. Let's see here. So, my story goes a little something like this. And my video freeze on me. Did you freeze on me? No, you didn't. Okay. Okay. I'm too silly for my own good. So, I would say that being fly as you want to be are words that are so easy to say, but it's really hard to act upon it because you have this sort of thing inside of you. I don't know when it develops, but this sort of thing that will be inside of you telling you, this little voice telling you that you don't have the right to be. You don't have the right to be fly. You don't have the right to be beautiful or magnificent because you don't fit into this category of. So what? So what if you don't? I mean, I never really thought of myself as being beautiful until I got to college, and not because other people saw me that way, but because I started seeing myself that way. I was a girl who used to walk in the hallways looking down at the ground, afraid to make eye contact. And the only thing that I thought of myself as being valuable was what people commented on, saying that was pretty. It was like my light eyes, my skin, and the fact that I had this long, relaxed hair. And it was the only thing that I thought was pretty or worth even talking about when it came to me, because I couldn't see that I had a great personality or this or that. I was sweet, caring, and beautiful person on the inside, most importantly. And that, when you're beautiful on the inside, it comes out on the outside as well. I couldn't see that because I didn't know how to recognize that. And going through this process of transitioning in high school, like, ugh, I had no idea what I was getting myself into, but I guess I'll tell you the story. I was supposed to be tell you the story, wasn't I? Well, anyway, jump to my junior year of high school. Um, I had really long, relaxed hair, and it was about right here. Fairly long, no weave. But anyway, and it started to break off due to like excess heat and chemicals from perms, and I had also dyed my hair too because I wanted to experiment with reddish brown. And also my mother, who was my hairstylist basically, because I always got my hair done at home, um, fell ill and was admitted to the hospital that year, and was not able to give me my hairstyle. So I had about a break in between, and I missed 2 perms. And what I remember feeling the new growth during that time, like I love how the feeling of my hair just bouncing and against like my fingertips, and so I decided to transition to natural. But I had no idea what I was getting myself into. No idea. And before my mother and I came to develop like a good regimen for my hair, it was not an easy transition whatsoever. Not easy. You would think it'd be easy because it's something that's natural to your head and you would know what to do, but that's not the case. It was not easy physically or mentally. But I would describe those years as being eye-opening for me because I had chosen to transition versus the big chop. I had hair that was partially relaxed and the rest natural, and I didn't know what to do with my hair. So we tried braids and wet sets. The braids, like we did that for a while, but it only lasted for oh so long. So it was like, what do we do in between the braids? And we're sitting there like, I don't know what to do with this. It's been years since I combed hair. That's what my mother would be like. And I didn't know what I was doing because I never had combed my hair when it was natural. So I didn't know how to treat it at all because I had been getting perms since I was 11. And the reason why I got a perm because my mother told me that you can't comb your hair unless you have a perm, and I wanted to be more grown up or be closer to being an adult or big girl by combing my hair. And so I said I wanted to comb my own hair, so she put a perm in my hair, and I thought I was so beautiful and everything. And I was able to actually comb my hair and just get to comb through it and actually be able to do it on my own and just feel like being a grown up. Not really a grown up per se, but you know what I mean, like a big girl. Um, and so in junior year, having that thing that I thought was so beautiful about me, the only thing that I really relied on, gone all of a sudden, was a lot to deal with mentally because when I looked in the mirror, I didn't have this beautiful image of myself at all. I didn't I couldn't accept it at all. I hated looking at myself because at school it was not even easy either because I'm like my peers or my friends or sometimes my family, the comments that they would make or say towards my hair or about me towards like about my hair, and it made me kind of almost hate it, like just want to give up and slap a perm in it. Seriously, it was just terrible. Like, oh, about how bad it looks and all this other stuff. The memory that stands out the most during that time for me is my father. And I remember this is when my grandfather was still alive on my dad's side. I was in the mirror fixing my hair, and my grandfather happened to be in the room adjacent, but he could still see me from there. And my dad walks up behind me. He's like messing with my hair. He's like, "You see my baby's hair? She's got some beautiful hair. Beautiful hair. You see it, Daddy? She's got beautiful hair." And years later, and I was transitioning, it was just like, I didn't know what to do with it. And I went to church with him that day, and he felt so ashamed of me, ashamed of my hair. And he told me in the car, basically, it looks bad. It looks terrible. Which it did because it was two different textures fighting. But it was a crush to my esteem even more because of it being, it wasn't relaxed. It wasn't straight. And it was this nappy hair with some straight hair. And talking about it looks bad. I will pay for it to be done. Anything. It just looks horrible. That's basically what he said to me. And, my dad still hasn't totally come around to the idea of me being natural. I mean, I've been natural for 5 years, and just this past Christmas, the man asked me, "So what's going on with your hair? Is it because you don't have money, or is it because you're going that way?" But anyway, there was points that I even broke down crying, believe it or not, because I was so frustrated, because I didn't know what to do with my hair at all. I mean, you stand there with the comb and the brush, and you're like, what do I do? What do I do? I can't comb it. I can't put it in a ponytail. I can't do anything. I can't gel it down. I don't know what to do. I just went to my mom and started crying and had her comb my hair because I didn't know what to do with it. And it wasn't until that year in my junior, towards the end of my junior year, early senior year, I saw the India Ari video. I'm not my hair. I'm not my hair. That really just spoke words into like my soul because it just lifted me up in a whole different way and just had me looking at everything in a whole different perspective. Like, I'm really not my hair. I'm not my skin. I'm not anything. I'm just a soul within. Do you know how beautiful those words are and real and true those words are? Just think about it. Because it makes you think about all these things that are circumstantial. And there's so much more that matters. And it's like, whatever. If you don't accept me as the way I am or the way that I look because it's simply my hair, and all of a sudden now I'm ugly because I changed my hair, so what? I'm beautiful anyway because God made me this way. I'm beautiful the way that God intended me to be. Not because you say it, but because I know it and this is the way I was meant to be. All my life, people have always said to me, you'd be kind of cute if you did this or that, or if you lost some weight, or if you straighten your hair, but it's all in your mind what you think you are. And if you believe it, then that's what you are. Nobody can tell you any different. Nobody can tell you any less. Don't let anybody tell you that you are not what you are, not worth anything. I always say to people, know your limits. And when I say know your limits, it's not as in you're only able to do a certain amount, but know what you are capable of and do not let someone define your limits. Define your own limitations. If the sky is the limit, let the sky be the limit. Whatever your limit is, let it be unto you. So be as fly as you want to be. Be unlimited if you want to be. But nonetheless, own it, know it, believe it, and you will show it. That's all I have to say. Oh yeah. Peace, love, hair grease, and don't forget the pick.